Moving now to the Middle East, where Iran's government has been engaging in urgent diplomatic efforts with countries determining whether they can reduce the scale of Israel's response to its missile attack early this month. The U.S. has been consulting with Israel on how it plans to respond to Iran's October 1st attack. And U.S. officials have also made it clear they do not want Israel to target Iranian nuclear sites or oil fields. Meanwhile, at least 22 people were killed by Israeli bombardment on the city of Jabalia in northern Gaza. We have details in this report.
About 22 persons were killed and dozens left injured after Israeli airstrikes hit a densely packed residential neighborhood in the heart of the Lebanese capital. This is according to figures released on Saturday from emergency responders. Israel says it is targeting Hezbollah fighters, but the areas that came under attack are outside the group's stronghold in the southern suburbs of the capital and an area where many had fled in hope of safety. Meanwhile, Israel's military has ordered additional residents of northern Gaza to move south ahead of planned military operations on Saturday. The residents join tens of thousands of other Palestinians who were told to leave in a round of evacuation orders issued on Monday. Reports say the army will operate with great force in the areas of Jabal Ya and Nazla, north of Gaza City, and will continue to do so for an extended period. Sri Lanka's foreign ministry has, however, reacted to the hostilities in the Middle East. This comes as it said it strongly condemns Israel's attack on UN peacekeepers in Lebanon that injured 2 of its soldiers on Friday. The Sri Lankan Foreign Ministry revealed that the peacekeepers were injured in an attack at the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon headquarters in the southern city of Nakura. In another development, there is a national collection campaign for the victims of violence in the Middle East. The collaborating organizations in the Netherlands have opened a special fund to cater for hundreds of thousands of people who are in urgent need in the Middle East.
Ukraine's incursion into Russia's region is now entering its third month, with scores of settlements still firmly under its control. The operation marked the first time foreign troops entered Russian territory since World War II. Meanwhile, reports say a Russian missile strike has killed 4 persons at a mushroom farm in Odessa region. We have more details in this report.
Russia's Ministry of Defense says its forces had downed 47 Ukrainian drones overnight, including 17 in the southeastern Krasnodar region, among others, with no immediate reports on casualties. But the Ukrainian Air Force said Russia fired 28 drones at Ukraine, of which 24 were destroyed. Ukraine's chief of staff said its forces had struck a field depot overnight in the eastern Russian-occupied Luhansk region, setting it on fire. It didn't give any details, and Moscow didn't confirm the attack. In Odessa region, Russians hit a mushroom farm with ballistic missiles. 4 workers, including a 16-year-old teenager, were killed on the spot. Another 10 civilians were wounded. People were taken to the hospital by ambulances. Rescuers had to spend 3 hours clearing the rubble and using dogs to search for the missing. They managed to find 4 workers alive. Meanwhile, the offensive of Ukrainian forces on Russian territory has slowed down, and the Russians have brought in reinforcements. This is according to the Ukrainian soldiers who are currently holding positions in the Kursk region. In another development, Pope Francis has met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for their second face-to-face encounter in 4 months. Both men, who previously met on the sidelines of the Group of 7 summit in southern Italy, held private talks for 35 minutes at the Vatican's Apostolic Palace.
We move now to Africa, where all of Chad's 23 provinces have been impacted by intense floods brought on by severe rainfall. Reports say over 550 people have died and 210,000 homes have been washed away, with about 432,000 hectares of land and 72,000 livestock destroyed. Now, this comes as the country declared a food security and nutrition emergency in February. Families are now sheltering in makeshift sites and schools left without access to health services, clean drinking water, sanitation and hygiene, as diseases, diarrhea, malaria, respiratory and skin infections could rise. Protection risks have also increased for women and girls in temporary sites where they have little to no privacy and when they venture outside to look for food and firewood in an unfamiliar environment. Unrest has continued to rock French Caribbean island of Martinique. This comes as the territory's main airport was targeted by demonstrators and a fresh protest decrying a high cost of living. The latest round of violence prompted the government to announce another curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Schools have been temporarily closed and the teaching hospital announced it had triggered the emergency plan, which enables the postponement of surgeries and temporary mobilization of additional personnel. Martinique has seen similar protests in recent months, many of them fueled by anger over what demonstrators say is economic, social, and racial inequality. And finally, on the world now, the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to Nihon Hindakyo grassroots Japanese organization of atomic bomb survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The organization was recognized for its efforts to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons. The Norwegian Nobel Committee praised the group for demonstrating through witness testimony that nuclear weapons must never be used again.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the Peace Prize for 2024 to the Japanese organization Nihon Hindakyo. This grassroots movement of atomic bomb survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, also known as Hibakusha, is receiving the Peace Prize for its efforts to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons and for demonstrating through witness testimony that nuclear weapons must never be used again.
The Secretary General warmly congratulated the grassroots Japanese organization Nihon Hindakyo on being awarded the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize. The atomic bomb survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, also known as the Hibakusha, are selfless, soul-bearing witnesses of the horrific human cost of nuclear weapons. While their numbers grow smaller each year, the relentless work and resilience of the Hibakusha are the backbone of the global nuclear disarmament movement.
But that's it on the world now. For more updates on the stories we're monitoring, you can visit our website on www.tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and on X at TVC News NG. On YouTube, we are live at TVC News Nigeria.